Weekend and into next week. Really intense heat is the focus for us. We are expecting actually a decent chance of rain tomorrow. Unfortunately, it might all come late enough in the day that we'll still make it to middle and maybe even upper 90s. We do expect temperatures to approach 100 degrees next week. I have in our 7-day, as you'll see, a few days at 98s and 99s. We don't expect any tropical impacts here, but Florida is certainly gearing up for some tropical storm conditions, mainly Sunday and into Sunday night. Here is our focus, though, as we sit here under this scorching heat. We have an excessive heat warning in effect right now until 7 p.m. and then another one in the hot pink tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Want to be very careful outside, of course. Drink water. You know the drill. Take it easy if you start to feel kind of weak or faint. Heat index expected up to 113. Right now it's at 108. That's definitely heat advisory criteria right there. And our temperature at 94. Our high today at the airport, 96. And a lot of us are still in that range, including Belle Chase, still staying at 97 degrees at 518. And our feels like temperature, all of our spots saying triple digits, as high as 113 at Slidell. And we have a little bit higher there at Thibodaux and maybe running a touch high at Raceland, but certainly feeling like close to 115 in spots. We do have a couple of very small areas of rain that have just now popped up after a really hot and mostly dry afternoon. You can see one here in Plaquemines Parish, another south of Houma, and one right near Galliano. Those are not big showers, though, and we will see those probably subside as we are expecting a little front to move in tomorrow, and that is what will provide enough lift to bring our rain chance up. So I have it near 50–60% for tomorrow, especially later in the afternoon. This takes us through the day. This is noon on Saturday, and then boom, here we go, 3–4 p.m. Pretty decent amount of showers and a few storms, but it might not last that long. This is already by 7 p.m. We may be looking quieter at that point. The front just hangs here just to our north. I wish we could pull it down with some actual cold air, but we're in August now. We know that's not really very likely. Moving into 3 p.m. on Sunday, only a couple of showers or storms. The front may lift back slightly to the north, mainly just kind of staying here and washing out to our north and bringing us low range chances from Sunday and into the work week. Tonight, humid and warm. Our temperatures moving from 90s into 80s and then north and south upper 70s to about 80 for lows. And then tomorrow I have near 95 for the high, so I cut it back a little bit because we'll have that rain chance, but I think we'll still easily be able to get to about 95 before we get the rain. But where it does rain, the temperature will come way down pretty fast. That means if you do have a shower or storm heading out to Satchmo Summerfest tomorrow and Sunday, that could benefit you a little bit at least. Feels like about 113 though when our temperatures get to those middle 90s in the afternoons. And then, of course, what we've been talking about and hit at the top of the show, our potential tropical cyclone 4. This would likely get the name Debbie soon. Probably going to become a tropical storm at some point in this corner of the Gulf of Mexico and then making it towards somewhere around the Big Bend, Florida area by late Sunday or maybe very early Monday morning, and then going up the East Coast. Pretty good model consensus you can see picking up on this general trend, keeping it well to our east, mainly because of this trough and going right around this high out to the east. And so that's why we're expecting it to take that pattern. You saw in the meantime, we in Louisiana are just sitting under the big high, just boiling through the weekend and next week. The big thing I think for Florida will be, of course, some tropical storm force winds, but also the heavy rain threat. That will be the biggest thing, I think, 3 to 6 inches or so. So our tropical headlines, no direct impacts expected here. Florida, though, and the East Coast will be watching for that heavy rain. And then Florida also the tropical storm conditions and maybe some coastal flooding, 1 to 3 or so feet along that west coast of Florida. That would be for this weekend. And the conditions there Saturday night and into Sunday and Sunday night before it moves farther up the East Coast. We are, again, just going to be sweltering here. I have those 98s and 99s in the forecast as our high pressure really builds over us this week. Only a slight chance for a few showers or storms each afternoon next week.